Every single morning, wake up at 6, just do a one hour exercise, either running, cycling, or swimming, without fail.
I know you clicked on that video for David, but you have me for a minute. Deal with it. You start working out thinking that the biggest gains is going to be the gains. That Ryan Reynolds jawline, the physical stuff. But when you're days in, weeks in, months in, you start to realize that the biggest gains are the intangible mental wins. And that's what keeps you committed.
Obviously, staying motivated and doing a lot of work, having a very high throughput of work consistently probably takes a toll on you, like mentally, and your need for vacationing, because you probably hit walls often, and there's probably a sense of burnout fairly frequently, is what I'm assuming. So have you had to take special strategies to cope with mental health? How do you take care of your mental health?
So I guess three things for me. One is that after my first 6 months at Bain, I realized I do need an output where I can consistently take a step back, right? And really clear my mind. And that was endurance sport. So I was serious into running, cycling, and swimming, triathlon, basically.
I see.
So I set up, it was a clockwork, right? Every single morning, wake up at 6, just do a one hour exercise, either running, cycling, or swimming, without fail.
I see.
And just blocking the time on my calendar. I was a better professional. I think better. I was a bit more. I basically booked that time, like just for myself to clear my head before the craziness of work starts. Right? I think that is the key for me. I think that's key. Like I wouldn't be able to have 3 years at Bain without having done that.
Exercise can help you foster a go-getter attitude, provided it has these two ingredients. One, your exercise routine has the ability to test and expand on your endurance. Two, it involves an activity that you're progressively and measurably getting better at. So if it's running, maybe you're improving the pace at which you're able to run. If it's lifting, maybe you're bench pressing heavier and heavier weights. And while we're speaking of things that are heavy to press, why don't you go ahead and press that subscribe button and the like button while you're at it. I hear it gives you an additional 50 pounds on your bench. I have learned over time that a favorite lie of mine that I keep telling myself over and over again is that I won't have the ability or the time to work out on a busy day. I know you do it too, and that's fine. So as long as you can acknowledge that it's a lie that you tell yourself, so you can spend more time, more minutes on the couch watching Netflix. The truth is, working out regularly forces you to stick to a routine. And routines are all about efficiency. If you're sticking to a routine daily, then you're using your time of any given day more efficiently. So paradoxically, that hour you spend at the gym is going to get you more productive hours. It's going to open up more productive windows around the day for you to use.
You got into swimming, cycling, and running, and you had a very regimented approach to including this in your daily routine, like every morning, 6 a.m. That's very early. So props to you for being able to commit that consistently. But it also seems like it was unacceptable for you to not do it. Like some days it's hard to be waking up in the morning at 6 a.m. And I'm sure like you made a lot of sacrifices in order to be able to stick to this consistent routine. Like I'm sure there's plenty of things, like you seem like a very social person. There's plenty of things that you could have used your evening for. If you go to bed late, however, you're not going to be able to wake up early enough to commit to these activities. So talk to me about some of the sacrifices you've had to put in place, some of the sacrifices you've had to make in order to be able to commit to such a disciplined physical activity regimen.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So life is about balance, right? I mean, as a consultant, you do need that, like, socializing aspect, be it with your coworkers, with your clients or whatnot, right? So how I do that is basically, again, going back to like my tactic of booking time. So Friday night, I typically, reserve it for a bit more social events, right? Hence, I wake up later on Saturday to do my workout, for instance, or do it in the afternoon, for instance, right? Gotcha. So you do have that sort of like ability to prioritize what you're going to do by when.
Right. Yes.
That's how I basically balance it. And to answer your question, right? How am I able to like force myself wake up every single day at 6 to do exercise?
Ooh, a cliffhanger. We'll get back to David in a second. But the truth is, this kind of routine that involves you working out kind of sets itself up. When exercise is a part of your routine, it isn't just some mental note you take to yourself, like watering the fern. It is an endorphin dependency that kicks in at a set time, like some hybrid of crazy drill sergeant in Jiminy Cricket, that voice that compels you to go ahead and work out right now. So it seems like a super daunting and difficult task, like waking up at 6 a.m. right now, is going to come to you second nature when you get into the habit of things. So if you've been meaning to start a workout routine, start today. I mean today. There's nothing standing between you and 20 minutes of exercise. And before you know it, you'll have it incorporated into a routine in a super compelling way that you can't say no to.
How am I able to like force myself, wake up every single day at 6 to do exercise? It's the fact that I cut out caffeine from my life. Dude. I stopped drinking coffee and
Yes, yes. That's what I want to hear.
I stopped drinking. I came from like a person who drank 4 or 5 cups a day.
Yeah,
None, no coffee, no
nice,
tea. Ever.
nice.
So instead of me needing the caffeine in the morning, I need my
Right.
endorphin. It's basically I guess I don't know if it's like there's a similarity in terms of substance, but I just
Right.
feel I need like that runner's high to
Yeah.
function well during the day.
I
So,
mean,
yeah.
hey, if it's endorphins, it's a habit. If it's caffeine, it's an addiction. So I think you're good there. I know this interview is about you, but I can't help just plugging in my personal experience with caffeine. I also very recently weaned myself off of caffeine, and I have more energy around the day. I haven't
Amazing.
replaced my dependency on caffeine with anything else, and maybe I'm really considering moving my gym routine and my running routine to in the morning to sort of replace the fix I was getting from caffeine. But it's just been better. I used to be so dependent on caffeine, but since I got off, I'm realizing you get more time out of your day. Like I was stealing time from the future when I was on caffeine, when I was so dependent on caffeine. But right now, I just have more time in the day. So props to you for
It's crazy,
giving
right?
up caffeine.
And in college, we used to go to the library and just like chug cold brews or like
Yeah,
ice Americanos, right? And
yeah,
it's like there's like no tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I guess it's better on the pockets and also on the health, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.